Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Joseph Dre Rosanes and today I will be presenting a critical case study on the 2015 Ukraine power grid attack. As third-year cybersecurity students, we often talk about securing the perimeter. But today we're going to look at what happens when a nation-state actor successfully crosses that line into our critical national infrastructure, or CNI. We will explore the threat sources, the technical vulnerabilities exploited, and most importantly, how this attack demonstrated the deep interconnectivity between different CNI sectors. Introduction to the CNI and incident. Before we dive into the hack, let's define the target. Critical national infrastructure consists of essential services like energy, water, and transport that society needs to function daily. In December 2015, the world saw the first publicly confirmed successful cyber attack on a national power grid. This wasn't a website being defaced. This was a coordinated strike against three regional power distribution companies in Ukraine. The result was a total blackout for approximately 230,000 customers, while power was restored within 6 hours. The incident sent a clear message: the air gap protecting our physical infrastructure is no longer a guarantee of safety. Threat source and motivation. So who was behind this? The attack. The attack is attributed to sophisticated nation-state backed groups, unlike a typical cybercriminal looking for a quick payday through ransomware. These actors were motivated by geopolitical pressure. Their goal was strategic sabotage, using a cyber-physical attack to destabilize the country and send a political message during a period of conflict. This highlights that CNI is a high-value target because of its high public and political impact. When the lights go out, trust in the government begins to erode. Vulnerabilities and attack life cycle. How they did it for the attack. The attackers used a cyber kill chain approach. They started with reconnaissance and moved to infiltration via phishing emails to steal employee credentials. Once inside, they exploited a major technical vulnerability, the lack of multi-factor authentication on corporate VPNs. Because of the network wasn't properly segmented, they moved laterally from the office IT network directly into the SCADA environment. Finally, they hijacked the human-machine interface or HMI and manually opened secret breakers. To make matters worse, they used Kill Disk, a malware to wipe the firmware of critical devices, meaning operators couldn't just reboot the system to fix it. Interconnectivity. Now, let's focus on the most important part of this brief. Interconnectivity. Our CNI sectors are not islands. They are highly interdependent web telecoms. The attackers launched a telephony denial of service attack, flooding call centers with fake calls to prevent real customers from reporting the blackout water. While this was short outage, sustained loss of electricity eventually stopped water's pumping and treatment stations, leading to a sanitation crisis. Transport, modern rail, and road management rely on digital signals powered by the grid. Finance, ATMs, and banking servers require constant power to maintain the economy. This case study proves that if the energy sector is hit, the telecom, water, and transport sectors are all effectively hit as well. So what have we learned? Using the people, process, and technology framework, we can build a better resilience. People, the most amazing part of the Ukraine story is that the engineers restored power by switching to manual mode. We must train personnel for manual operation so they aren't helpless when automation fails. We need a strict network segmentation, specifically following the Purdue model to isolate IT from OT technology. You must implement zero trust principles and enforce multi-factor authentication for every single entry point into the network. Resilience isn't about stopping the attack, it's about being able to recover quickly. In conclusion, the 2015 Ukraine attack was a wake-up call for the global community. It showed us that the cyber threats have very real physical consequences that our infrastructure greater strength. Connectivity is also its greatest vulnerability. As we move to forward, a more smart world resilience must be our new normal. Be our new normal. Thank you for your time.